Und ich darf heute den Ajay Vohora begrüßen. Er ist Global Vice President Software, Data and AI Products bei Hitachi Vantara, wird uns in seinem Vortrag mit den neuesten Updates aus dem Pentaho-Universum begrüßen und wird den Vortrag entsprechend auf Englisch halten. Und dementsprechend würden wir jetzt zum einen auch auf Englisch switchen. Und Ajay, welcome to Pentaho User Meeting. I think it's your first Pentaho User Meeting. We are very excited about the news of the Pentaho universe. And yeah, the stage is yours.
Christopher, thank you so much for the kind introduction. And yeah, really excited to be here. Pleased to be able to have today to be able to share some of the updates that we're introducing to the Pentaho portfolio. So I'm just going to go ahead and start here. And there we are, all visible. So Pentaho, as we all understand it, as a extremely versatile, capable set of software capabilities. Predominantly, I think we've seen the Pentaho product set used across multiple use cases and continue to drive strong adoption and loyalty from the community. And as we step back from looking back in the last 10 years and then also listening to our customers, the community, the users, and thinking through how do we want to prepare for the next 10 years? What is the journey, the transition that our customers, their businesses, their operations are going through? It really brings us to this reality check moment that we're in this era where the pace of data and the need for data to drive new innovation, create new experiences and digital experiences, and modernization of our IT. In this age of AI, the simple truth is that those companies that are more data fit, that have that ability, will succeed and beat those who are not, who are less so. And that ability to harness data, to put data to use, to be able to find the exact data and create data sets to drive product, other software, user experience and customer experience outcomes is really what's at the differentiator for what we're looking to build on for Pentaho. So data fit is a term that we're now introducing as we're bringing more in the portfolio for Pentaho to customers. You know, the difference that we've seen in those companies in the market that are great at harnessing data, building data products quickly is that they're typically faster. They're growing more. They're able to focus on their operations in a more lean, accurate way. They understand and can observe how their business and operations is operating and drive efficiency, innovation, and they're more likely to win with their use case, with their competitiveness in their day-to-day business. And winning even in government, public sector is really about providing the experience, the outcome for the citizen, taxpayer, as we all are, for getting the right digital experience and modernization in how we serve customers, citizens, and users with data. So data fit is really something that we've now placed at the core of the meaning and what Pentaho is all about. And that's because when we look across the entire global Pentaho user base, we're easily into the hundreds of millions of users. And 100 million users has become a benchmark. It's become a benchmark for web-based applications, for mobile apps, as to how quickly those scale. You know, whether it's an Instagram, you know, the pace of change continues to quicken, and even in some of the newer proliferation of AI applications. It's now, you can measure not in months but weeks how quickly those data products and data-driven applications are being adopted. And that pace of change, it's really becoming quite clear. The journey that the evolution of AI and AI used with data and software has taken over the last 70 years has been very much accelerating over the last 5 years. The technology driving GPT and transformer and generative AI has really come to the fore in the last 9 months as an evolution in a way to address data-driven solutions around complex systems and embedding more context in around data and allowing a more natural interface into how data is driving digital experience and industrial improvement. So that pace, as we look forward into the next 10 years, is already accelerating. So some of those simple to use AI data-driven applications that are now starting to be introduced into customer service, into predictive maintenance, into supply chain, and day-to-day tying to assets as well as to IT data. That combination of IT and OT and AI is really where we're making a strong emphasis for the Pentaho roadmaps. And what's behind that? What's behind that is how our customers are changing in the way that they operate their businesses. They're looking to drive more automation or augmentation of their day-to-day activities across different sectors and industry, whether it's the legal sector or in the agriculture, farming sector, or in healthcare. We're seeing lots of examples of the day-to-day tasks that are being performed in these industry sectors starting to change, to become more automated, to become more contextualized with a digital experience that could be in a remote mobile application or in a point of service as a kiosk as well. So these tasks that we're seeing are frequently now being used to automate, whether it is content moderation or in terms of summarization of content, that is really starting to drive the next generation of software application and digital experience. And what's behind that rush to AI and what's driving it is how to create a differentiated product experience, how to extend beyond the product itself into the experience across support and supply chain and support and maintenance. And day to day, what's really being highlighted to us by our Pentaho users is the opportunity to drive data and AI capabilities into making better decisions. Either that might be predictions, forecasting, or bringing more context and options into how to optimize day-to-day decisioning and activities. But there lies a challenge, the challenge of how to make these digital transformation initiatives, these smart operations scale. And that scalability really comes down to bringing the right data to the application, being able to trust that data as to where it's come from, it's the right version of that data, and being able to move the needle on the robustness of the software application that's being used, to move it beyond POC and something that's an experiment into something that is prime time for production. Across the Pentaho users, we're now getting the questions around users of Pentaho, how they might look to achieve better data quality, where they can gain more trust into their data, to add in the governance and workflows around that, and how to make sure that the data is fit for operational and day-to-day business users so that they can self-serve. What's typical for us as we work with our customer base is how we can help them solve these challenges. And what occurred to us last year in 2022, as we come to this anniversary, how we can be in a position to offer more to our Pentaho customers with the reality of the data challenges that they're facing. Here's a quick survey, and the size of each box denotes the count that we received. And as we speak to our customers and we have those conversations and we look to improve their usage of data, as we understand more about what their highest priorities are, the combination of those high priorities is really laid out here, which is number one, how can we trust our data? How is that data compliant with our own policies for retention, for access, for security, but also increasingly for quality, and understanding where did that data come from? How is that data classified, and who can use it? Who can have access to it? When is that data going to be stale? Which data is driving which applications and which user reports and so on. The compliance with these various internal and external standards is the most priority item. Secondly, followed by having that single version of truth, not just about one type of data or customer data, but around location data, which is critical for day-to-day operations, from everything from supply chain to logistics to food delivery services, you name it. And then suppliers, single version of truth then around assets, could be sensors, could be a substation, parts within large industrial devices, and then products themselves. How do we create that single version of truth in that data? Self-service, the days of raising a request to have samples of data for generating reports are quickly diminishing as we start to see more self-service access with line of business users with tools like Pentaho needing to get access to data that is more of a portal or a marketplace experience. And sure, there's the analytics to be able to drive a report or a forecast, and then increasingly use of Gen AI to generate content, generate insights, which could be summarization from large volumes of documents, or for sentiment and insight analysis based on customer interactions. And then, yes, we do get to data pipelines and ETL for cloud adoption and cloud migration. And we're increasingly seeing this as being a very hybrid, heterogeneous landscape, where we're seeing data pipelines being built from SaaS applications to cloud, from on-premise data stores into SaaS and cloud, and then multi-cloud. So this is an area that is becoming more and more common. And really that's saying that data is becoming more distributed. Data has some physics properties to it in the quality of entropy. It expands and it gets copied and distributed for as many users and use cases that there are. So the management, the governance, the control over data is a challenge as that becomes so. And then the cost, as data gets copied, as data gets migrated and is running in cloud, on-prem, in co-location sites, the cost of that data is starting to become a concern and a priority, not just from a financial cost, but also from a cost of sustainability and what the carbon footprint is for data and consumption and compute of that data as we move to a net zero environment. So this is what our customers have been telling us more recently, and that they have these needs for better management, better application, availability of data, and cost management. And that's really where we've taken a good look at Hitachi and how we can amplify our commitment to the next 10 years of Pentaho and really start to drive the use cases that fit around the enterprise, the operational use of Pentaho data integration and analytics. So for us at Hitachi, Pentaho is very much here to stay. I think the biggest sign of that is that across the global footprint of Hitachi companies, across the many hundreds of companies, we use Pentaho ourselves. And for Pentaho to perform well for us means that it needs to perform well for the community of users that are out there that have adopted it and want to continue to see innovation come through the Pentaho portfolio. As we're doing that, we're really starting to now focus on what is the speed of value as we start to see more and more use cases for Pentaho in different industries. From a product innovation and investment in R&D, we're really starting to look at the usability of the Pentaho data integration, BA, and the adjacent new products, which we'll come on to in a moment. And that's really driving speed to value and adoption. We're starting to see that as data is being driven to applications and machine learning and AI, and we become more reliant on some of the insights that we place some value on. Now that data is becoming mission critical from day to day, whether it is around industrial assets or if it is around customer contact centers in providing customers a better service. Mission critical use cases around Pentaho continue to come up and interest us day to day, week to week. And readiness for AI, it's inevitable as our customers start to build more AI capability into embedding that into their products, into their customer experiences, into their employee day-to-day experience. Having access to the right data in the right format and the right quality to make that AI reliable is a responsibility that we see that Pentaho has a role to play. So let's come on to what's new in the platform that we're now starting to roll out. And the platform is then really based to fit well with the majority of our customer scenarios, which really boil down to every customer of Pentaho, every user of Pentaho is working with some data source. It could be a device, a set of data stores, a data lake, you name it, and looking to get that data and the specific data sets that have value, combining, integrating, enriching that data to some data consumer. And that's really the end game. And even with that data consumer, the burning question that they have, which is how many patients did we serve last year at a hospital? How many passengers traveled safely in our airline for our airline customer users? How many employees were absent with an illness last year? So the consumption of the data from Pentaho is really driven by questions, and we look to extend the capability to answer more of those questions. Being very flexible to connect to various raw end data endpoints and publish that data to make that available to APIs continues to be a core focus for Pentaho, and that's really leveraging the continued investment that we are making continue to make in Pentaho data integration. And then beyond that, it really then starts to take shape as we think of Pentaho now as an end-to-end data platform. With all data, there is metadata, data about the data, whether that data is structured data in the form of a database, SQL Server, or data sitting in tables in SAP HANA or Oracle, or indeed now whether it is unstructured. It could be files sitting in a SharePoint drive or on network attached storage. The ability to put that data into context by doing the automated data discovery, using ML methods and techniques to look for better classification of that data, being able to connect with Pentaho data integration is a next milestone where we'll be able to publish the lineage across all of the PDI data integration jobs, not just with Pentaho, but with other data ingestion integration tools as well. Really then gives us that lens, that overview of where is my data? Do I know my data? Where has it come from? Who's used it? When have they best used it? And where can I publish that data? Who can I make that data available to? We've also then anchored around this general architectural format of a data lakehouse, which really is saying whether that data is in an object store, whether it's in an S3 bucket, or if it's in a file, Hadoop, HDFS, or CIFS, or network attached storage, we're agnostic to that. And understanding that the lakehouse architectural structure is becoming more and more common, even in industrial and IoT analytics use cases. Wherever there's a data lake, a data lakehouse, a database, a data mart, and data integration, there's always the issue of data quality. And it's not to say that data quality is good or bad, but when it's starting to feed key operational systems that are mission critical, the earlier in the value chain of that data that we can identify data quality anomalies and allow the data owner to apply fixes and improvements is key. Creating a single view of data with Pentaho MDM, which we have also introduced. The real focus on Pentaho MDM, for anyone that has worked on an MDM project before, is time to value. So getting time to value for data that is across different silos to get a single version of truth within less than 30 days is really our focus there. And we're able to do that because it connects well, it works well with Pentaho Data Catalog. We're able to create pipelines of bringing that data together for the MDM process and then to publish that data with Pentaho data integration. We're able to get high success match rates for golden records on MDM because of our data quality products. So these 4 products fit very well together for the majority of data management use cases in creating that trust in data, the reliability in data to then engineer that data into making it available. And availability, wherever there's copies of data, materializing or virtualizing that data, and then tracking the copies and therefore the cost of that data. Pentaho Data Optimizer is really now starting to make an impact with cost optimized data lakes, being able to tier data back from cloud migrations to on-premise, and again, working well with Pentaho data integration, data catalog, to drive the cost benefit of data where that data may even need to be archived. And the story continues from there as we go into 2024. We will introduce a more streamlined and scalable edge technology for messaging and change data capture in Pentaho Edge, which is a super add-on to Pentaho data integration. And then also for those customers that want to innovate and receive their software as a service. The SaaS products that we have now working their way through in terms of digital twin and a SaaS version of business analytics in Pentaho Insight, that really then starts to create the opportunity for customers to build solutions end to end that they can trust with the data that and the products here that are all part of the platform. Copilots, I think that's an interesting area for data engineers and developers. Those of us that use Git and GitLab are familiar with copilots. The ability to observe what data is available, to be able to have recommendations of data pushed to a user so that they can create their data pipeline, really comes from the observability feature here. That then enables self-service of data to be able to allow line of business users to create their own data sets using PDI if they can understand how to access that data based on a business glossary, terms of business, and then usage reporting across these products as well. What we've really tried to do here is to understand, and in listening to our customers around the priority business scenarios that they're looking to solve for, we really feel that the extensibility of the Pentaho platform here really allows us to achieve a lot more now, and as we continue to enhance these products and make them more generally available to more customers to build out more solutions with them. We have that data platform then. The real focus is on driving ROI from data, the ability to have very wide connectivity to many data sources, to leverage the IT investment that our customers have made with their existing systems, and that really then helps customers of Pentaho, users of Pentaho, to accelerate on that data maturity to become more data fit. Observability, as we have that ability to connect to so many data sources now, and then including OT data, bringing that OT, IT data together, understanding the reliability of that data, the insights that we can get from that, based on inspecting now unstructured data such as images or video, detecting within documents, content, and driving notifications out to the business or user of that through ServiceNow or Jira, the ability to drive predictions and recommendations, really then are there to help our customers optimize their operations, their business, by putting that data to work. So observability is a key area that we will then continue to build on. And beyond observability, understanding the context of the operations, the workings of the business, then puts us in a better footing to allow our users of Pentaho products to take better decisions, creating options for how to improve and optimize everything from locations of base stations for telecoms companies, for the maintenance of critical infrastructure in energy companies, the ability to take into account time series data for forecasting, seasonal trends for serving customers in retail, and the ability to optimize supply chains, whether it was inventory or the time for replacement. These are all common scenarios now that we're able to address with the end-to-end Pentaho platform. And the innovation extends beyond that. We're now working on maturing our own on-premise GPT functionality that will come bundled with the Pentaho platform. And in 2024, allowing customers to ask questions of data in the same way that we can use ChatGPT today. And for the Pentaho platform, wherever that data is sitting in documents, in an Oracle database, in folders, or in edge devices, to be able to generate not just the answer to that question, but also to generate the query, the pipeline, so that if we want to turn that into a data pipeline and publish that to Pentaho data integration to drive repetitive insights from that question, and to provide those answers in a report or dashboard form with insights that's really where we're focused on the next set of capabilities for the platform. Even within that, extending the ML ability to create digital twins, having production shadow model variants, being able to feed outputs of that as recommendations to experts or operational users, or to store that in AWS on object storage or in Snowflake. Leveraging the Pentaho Edge add-on to PDI is then really starting to allow us to build them really exciting scenarios. So why have we gone down this path of expanding the platform approach for Pentaho? And it's really where we see many of our customers coming back to this picture here. Across industries, the day-to-day tasks they're performing are in an industrial, healthcare, critical infrastructure, public sector, government. There are so many scenarios that we continue to feel that our ability to serve the right data at the right quality to the right endpoint with the least effort is a unique capability, particularly where we're combining that OT data, whether it is images, video, streaming, sensor, log data from equipment, all the way through to enterprise IT systems, from SAPs to data lakes as well. And that's really saying that the data to run those day-to-day operations across these industries and business functions, whether it is in financial operations or in life sciences data discovery, the journey that all of our customers are now on a path to taking is really taking them down a path of identifying those AI scenarios, building trust in that data, creating that data set that they can then put to use to create that AI product. And there's many steps involved there. So as we look at where Pentaho can plug in and play a role in each of these steps, from data reliability assessments with our automated data discovery to a single version of truth of that data with the right lineage and data mastering, applying policies to the data to automatically archive or segregate or compress or delete that data, and then getting that data ready for AI. That AI readiness then sets off the task of the customer who then wants to build an AI product or to publish that to a report. That's where they'll go through their own product engineering data product lifecycle for what they're building, and the observability on that to start to measure the gains in terms of financial terms, as well as from sustainability and the impact that those data products are having, is really where we see the journey that every one of our customers is taking. And that really then comes back to also why all of these products in this way around Pentaho. The other reason for this is across different industries, across the many industries that Pentaho is adopted and used, we start to see common use cases and day-to-day usage of Pentaho for building data pipelines, for cloud, across clouds, and prem to cloud. Now with Data Optimizer, driving the value of data that's being retained to the cost of that data. Compliance continues to be a headache for making data available, exchanging that data. Observability on that data, and not just customer data or operational data, but vendors, locations, products, sites, assets, all the different factors that Pentaho is used to acquire data for and about. And then analytics and self-service. What we're now starting to do with our partners and our customers is start to create these blueprints and to bundle these into solutions around enterprise systems such as SAP and Salesforce and ServiceNow, and how these products fit together, and bringing our capabilities with our existing investment in IT and operations that our customers are making, and then also with the future investments that they want to make. And optionality, I think, as the flexibility and the options that Pentaho, because of its versatility, allows customers to make is really one of its core strengths. So being agnostic to whether the mainframe is in HP or in IBM, being completely agnostic is the customer's cloud preference AWS or Azure or both. This is really where the investment that we've made, that our customers have made, that it-novum continues to make in the Pentaho portfolio, starts to pay dividends and benefit customers time after time. Now, here's an example of that, taking that example of a solution overview where working with a bank, how we're able to unlock a new budget from existing IT spend by profiling data, understanding which data is redundant and obsolete. So wherever we have customers that are looking to drive a digital transformation, a data migration, an application modernization, the ability to profile the legacy data over the last 5, 10, 15, 20 years and understand what should we keep, what should we advise and recommend that should be deleted or archived. And the cost savings for doing that can really accumulate quite quickly, particularly for larger organizations or for businesses that have grown through an acquisition process over the last 10 years, having lots of different CRM, ERP, silos, everything from Microsoft Dynamics to Salesforce to Oracle to Siebel, and even legacy systems that are coming to end of life. The ability to find where data needs to be retained, archived, and where cost savings can be made, allows those cost savings to be reapplied to some of the more exciting modernization, Gen AI use cases. So we've got some real tangible proof points working with our customers to package, build end-to-end solutions on-prem, on cloud, structured data, unstructured data, data in SaaS, data on devices, and also understand more about the content of that data to put that into context, to say, do we need this? Do we need to make this data available to a certain set of business users? And what's the most effective way to present that data and make it available to them? So yeah, I think those are the highlights that we've been able to continue to innovate and build on with Pentaho. We're starting to see customers view their choice to work with Pentaho as a one-stop shop. The one-stop meaning that if they have an ETL, a data integration challenge, they probably have a data quality challenge as well. They probably want to get to a single version of truth around their location data or asset data or customer data across different silos. And they probably want to share and make that data available securely and responsibly to applications and different user groups as well. So mission criticality comes back to our continued investment in the Pentaho platform to make sure it is scalable, secure, as well as being easy to use and quick to value, to deliver those use cases to business users in the least time and the best quality. And that all important readiness for AI to help those chief data officers, heads of data analytics and CIOs build that flexibility and that time to value for their users of data in their organizations. Wanted to leave you with a last message here with, please do reach out to the community at it-novum or to one of our data experts to perhaps have a deeper dive into some of the products that you've seen here, whether it's cost optimization with Data Optimizer or around acquiring data from the edge and integrating that with your IT data. Feel free to speak to a data expert. We can take you through more detailed product roadmaps. They may also be able to help you complete an exercise to see where your data maturity can be accelerated. And then all important as we start to look at the timescales in January, February, the start of the year, what are the business cases around digital transformation, application modernization, and data use that we can start to put a return on investment calculation here for using Pentaho. So feel free to get in touch. It's been great to share these updates with you here after a 10th year of our user group here with it-novum, and handing back to you, Christopher, for a pleasure to continue to work with you.
Yeah, Ajay, thanks for your presentation about the Pentaho universe and how to get companies' data fit with Pentaho. I think we have 1 or 2 minutes left for Q&A. So, wenn jemand eine Frage hat an dieser Stelle, dann gerne in den Chat posten. Yeah, maybe one question from my side. You talked about the different data use cases and what's needed to support these use cases in companies. The tools around Pentaho data catalog, the data quality part, how will that be integrated in the platform? Is it fully integrated, standalone software? How will that be integrated?
Yeah, so we have to be mindful of what the customer's IT budgets are. So where they might want to be very selective and add on a data quality, a catalog, an MDM in a phased approach, the time to value really comes from making this modular, ensuring that the PDI, data integration and catalog products are at the core of being able to feed metadata and data to the other products. And that really acts as the glue at the data and metadata level to all of the other services. And we've made this complementary in such a way that if in 2024, the main initiative for the customers to improve their data quality, that then allows them to build on top of that in the right time to add on in an incremental way. So it's modular, and the interoperability comes from the metadata and the data integration.
Okay, thank you. So no other questions so far. So AJ, thank you for your presentation.